The Chieftain Mk.6, a Tier 10 British premium heavy tank. A vehicle that has been meta, at least in my opinion, ever since it was released many years ago. It features one of the best guns for a heavy tank in the game. It's also got fantastic mobility for a heavy and even pretty solid armor. In today's video, I'll be going over the Chieftain Mk.6, if it's worth the 20,000 gold Wargaming is asking for the vehicle. So yeah, let's get straight into today's video. Now, the first thing, is it worth 20,000 gold? Well, that's really down to what type of tank you're looking for. I mean, 20,000 gold is not an awful price tag for a new tank. For example, you can get about 16,000, 17,000 gold for $25 if you just get the double gold bundles. And for example, like this week, there's a crate going on for 20 bucks. You can get 16,000 gold. So it's only about $25, $30 to get your hands on this tier 10, which isn't awful. I won't say it's the cheapest thing ever. That's still a decent chunk of money, but that part I usually leave up to the driver. I'm just going to be going over the tank, showcasing its playstyle and what I think of the vehicle in today's video, and you can decide for yourself what you think of the Chieftain. So, let's start off very quickly with the gun. It features an absolutely fantastic gun on dispersion, aiming time, and damage per minute, an aiming time of 2.8 seconds paired with 0.308 dispersion. It's also got fantastic DPM at 2,945. It's got pretty solid standard pen at 273, and even though the premium pen is only APCR, it is okay at about 326. It's the same as the Caro, which isn't great, I'll be honest, but it's enough to get the job done in most situations. Because this is a British tank, it does feature Hesh ammunition, dealing 121 mils of pen, and as well having 515 damage per shot. That is all absolutely fantastic. This vehicle also features 10 degrees of gun depression. You can see how just about every single statistic when it comes to the gun on the Chieftain is absolutely amazing. This vehicle is incredibly underrated for its performance out there, and it's by far one of just the best guns in tier 10. When it comes to the mobility, the Chieftain has a top speed of 42 and a reverse of 15, making it fairly mobile on both acceleration and reversing. It's also got a pretty decent power to weight of 16 and a pretty solid traverse at 41 degrees of second. It's actually got just about everything you'd want going for it. The only part about the Chieftain that isn't all too amazing is the armor. The side armor on the Chieftain is some of the worst in tier 10. It's about 50 millimeters on the side. That means that you can be tracked frontally at an angle like this and be penetrated through the track wheel, not only stopping the tank in place, but also penetrating the vehicle itself. That is a bit of a bummer. Add that into the fact that Chieftain's turret is getting a bit outdated, the fact you can heat right through the top of the turret, the fact that the hatch is an incredibly easy weak spot, everything's an HE on the rear, and yeah, the Chieftain's armor isn't amazing, but I should also add into the fact that it's not bad. You can very easily get bounces in the Chieftain all day long if you use it hull down. It does actually have decent hull down capabilities, and even though its armor is a little old, it can still definitely do the job. If you want my opinion, all Wargaming needs to really do to this tank is just buff the turret. I don't care if the hatch stays. I actually don't mind this tank having the hatch weak spot. I just think they need to buff the rest of the turret on this vehicle so that it cannot be penned with premium shells, apart from the hatch. I think the hatch should be the only weak spot. But let's see what we can do here. We got a TVP 5051, they have a T54, and apart from that, not much on the medium side. Now you can see this is a good example of using the mobility of the Chieftain. I am just about up with the medium tanks at this point, and that's where this tank's actually mobility is pretty nice, is you want to drive this tank more towards medium side, at least in my experience, because it does a decent job at fighting the medium. So we got the Waffle off to the side, who I'm gonna... Ooh, we actually managed to hit that. I am incredibly surprised. I do not know how I managed to hit it, but we did. Alright, well, we got the T-54 off to the side over here. Let's aim at a Hesh, and unfortunately, our Hesh shell did not end up penetrating. The 62A, I don't know what he's doing, but we're going to chill over here and just going to figure out what I want to do. Come on, 54. Show me your side. Show me the money. As of right now, There's no point to really leave the position I'm in. I'm just kind of hoping. Yeah, there you go. Now, we did get hit, it looks like in the hatch. That's where at least looked like the shell did go when I got shot. But still a very good example. Ooh, and look at that 603 slap into the TVP 5051. A great example of the absolutely nasty Hesh rounds in this tank. Now, unfortunately, we were not able to pen the Hesh shell on the enemy T54. But you know what? I'll take 150 damage. That's not too bad of a result at all. We got the enemy TVP over here, and bonk, no more TVP. Alright, well, by far the deadliest opponent on the enemy team is now gone, which is very, very good. You can see just where those Hesh rounds are very nasty. Now, we got shot for 630. Most likely the Object 268 hit me there. Unfortunate, but not much I can do all too much about that. We also got the T-54 again. We got a big ol' low roll into the T-54, but we still did penetrate our shell. Now, something I should point out about the Chieftain that I forgot to mention with this vehicle before is that the premium rounds on this tank deal 360 damage per shot. To put in comparison, premium rounds on every other 400 Alpha Heavy deal 340. This tank actually has a massive buff on its premium Alpha damage. It's a little fun fact that a lot of people don't know, and it makes the Chieftain a lot stronger than a lot of heavies in a lot of situations. So at this point, I'm kind of hoping that somebody would spot that Chieftain, or not the Chieftain, the 60 TP, but it looks like the majority of our team is staying back. Now we got the 183 kind of chilling over here. I don't really want to leave this position because of that guy. Yeah, that Chieftain back there, or I keep calling it a Chieftain, sorry. It's early in the morning for me, but that 60 TP back there is a big threat, and I don't want to be slapped by him, especially when we can just sit here and farm the absolute daylights out of his vehicle. So already we've been able to take a pretty decent chunk off his tank, and there you go, another slap into the enemy 183. With that, we are way up on base cap at 700, and no more 183. Alright, well, this has been a very, very easy game so far, and a great example where the Chieftain Mk.6 gun just feels so dang nice. I mean, we were able to rip into the enemy team on damage. We got the 268 off to the side, who I would love to shoot, but maybe not. Oh, we were able to connect it. I'm actually quite surprised. I don't think we're going to be able to get another shell out. Well, maybe. Actually, yeah, we should be able to. And fire. There you go. Good example for the Chieftain there. The gun is just great. It really is. We did 4,700 damage in this battle. And it may not look like we were able to do that much from the start, but that's just what the Chieftain's great at. This is why it's always going to be such a great tank, is that gun is just amazing. So we did a pretty solid result there. Because this is a premium tank, it earns a decent chunk of credits. We made 70,000. I wouldn't say that was anything crazy for credits, but it's decent. You won't lose all too many credits playing this tank, which is nice, because for the majority of tier 10s you play, even when you win, if your team doesn't do amazing or you don't do a crazy amount of damage, you're probably not going to make any credits. It's a bit unfortunate, but really the only way now to make credits in tier 10 is by pulling out badges. So when I've been playing skirmish with Batchat in EU, we actually literally cannot make credits half the time because you can't get awards in skirmish. You can't get high caliber, you can't get Kolobanovs, you can't get any of the ace tankers 1 through 3. So because of that, you just don't get the special award bonus of credits, and you just lose credits every game in tier 10. It's a bit unfortunate, but it's a good way to grind crew skill, so I can't complain too much. Alright, what do we have on the enemy team? We got an IS-4, an M6 Yo, and a VK7201K. Alright, well, the VK72 is quite a deadly tank. It's definitely one of the stronger vehicles, but I'm not too worried. I'm going to be obviously playing this as smart as I can to not be shot by the Yag. The Yag is a very, very deadly tank. A Jag. But there's the minnow spotted already. And the Yo went around me to then go back this way anyway. Bruh. What? Why? Why? What's the point? Either way, we got the enemy Yo spotted, and there you go. Easy slap right into his lower plate already. Not too bad at all. The team on their side is already getting quite bedoinkered. Now we got the VK72 off to the side as well. Maybe we can get a slap into him. Bonk. There you go. Nice. Get a bounce from the Yo. Let's put on our adrenaline. Maybe we can get another slap into the VK72. I don't really care if the IS-4 shoots me. I'm just trying to farm as much as I can from that big boy VK as quick as I can. Now we do have the IS-4 sitting out in the open, and that shell missed big time. Oh well. The .308 dispersion this tank has is good. I wouldn't say it's the best in the world, but it's pretty good. But it's going to hit the majority of its shots, especially when your opponents are only about 100 meters away, which is what makes this tank so dang good. Now, I could be shot by the Yag, but it's worth it for me to get that IS-4 basically out of the game. Ah, okay. Well, I did get shot by the Yag, but not in a position I could have ever predicted. The Yag is up on C Hill. Yeah, that's just a Y moment. It's not even a huh, it's just a Y. Alright, well, we got the Yo off to the side over here. We're going to aim in a Hess shell on his side, and boom, look at that. 564 slap. That has got to absolutely hurt your tank. Alright, well, we got the Minnow off to the side over here. Bonk. You can see that 326 mils of pen is not bad at all. And because we don't lose as much premium damage when shooting with this tank's premium rounds, it's actually not bad to shoot premium with the Chieftain. So, already this is a win. I mean, this is just a great example, again, the showcase with the DPM, the hull down capabilities, and the overall just great fun the Chieftain has allows it to be super strong. So at this point, we're just going to push over towards Seaside. Obviously, they're probably both around there, which I guess is fine. I mean, if the Yag's able to hit me, I'll be a one-shot, essentially, for the TVP's clip, but I'm not too worried. All I need to do is pen one more shell, and we'll break the 3,000 damage mark, so it should be fairly easy. That Yag went all the way up that hill to then go all the way back this side. Very, very interesting gameplay from the Yag. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to keep on going to this guy's side. We are spotted, but not too much of a worry for me. I'm just going to try and track him very quickly. There you go. Nice. Now that we've tracked him, let's get to the... Oh, well, I was going to say let's get to the side of that TVP, but I guess there's no point. He's dead. Alright, well, this is that one pen I needed. Nice. 440 damage. With that, we've dealt over 3,000 damage in this game, and we're going to be able to finish off the Yag with another slot. Alright, well, there you go. Not bad at all. That was a pretty good game for the Chieftain in general, and two very good battles to showcase what makes this such a capable tank. We did 3,500 damage, 1,418 assisted, and yeah, pretty solid results overall. I think the Chieftain Mk.6 is an absolutely fantastic tier 10, and even though it's definitely not the best tier 10, it can be a very, very solid one if you use it correctly. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, well, please consider smashing that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.